Hello, sir. First of all, it is very good to have you here at Boiler India 2024. We await people like you here at Boiler India, and we are very pleasantly happy that you are here with us. If you could please, I'd like you to give your short introduction and your designation for your company.
I am the managing director of Zeeco India Limited, a US-based international in the field of combustion systems, design of equipment for the refinery and petrochemical plants.
Right.
I have been in this position for the last 22 years with Zeeco, and prior to that with other companies in this same field. And totally, I've worked for about 35 years.
Oh, wow. That's really good to hear. And is this your first time at Boiler India, or have you
I
been here
was here
before?
for the last show, and that time also we had a small booth. But this time we were fortunate to have an opportunity to make a presentation and participate in the panel discussions that are going to happen tomorrow. We have a colleague from our US office who is an expert in some of the areas that are being discussed in Boiler India.
Oh, wow.
So we are very excited to see the opportunities and the growth that we are seeing in this market.
Correct, correct. So, how do you like the general feel here? I mean, to come back again this year, you said that you've been here before.
I think it's always been nice. Boiler India is a very well organized show. And compared to the number of stalls I saw the last year and a couple of years ago, before that, the stalls are very much better. The quality of the exhibition and the profile of the visitors is much better. We are getting more quality people attending the show. It's not just footfalls, it's the quality of the footfalls.
Right.
And I think that's something that Boiler India has successfully achieved in the past few editions.
Right. So, talking about Zeeco again,
Yeah,
I'd
sure.
like to know a little bit about Zeeco, what it does and how it relates more to the heat and steam industry.
Zeeco is a combustion engineering company. We have products that service refineries and petrochemical plants and power plants. Products that are combustion products for supplying to fired heaters like burners. Then we do flares, which are there as an essential part of a refinery or a gas processing unit, where you need to have the safety of a flaring system in case the plant is disturbed or plant is under pressure. You must be able to vent out the harmful gases or hazardous gases into a flare. So we supply that critical equipment called a flare. We do thermal oxidizers, where we combust harmful off gases that need to be destroyed containing sulfur or other gases which are poisonous. So we need to destruct them and reduce the environment impact of these gases. And we also, in the process, when we do combustion, generate heat. And essentially the heat is used to generate either steam or preheat the process. So that's how we come into the steam areas.
I see. Right.
And we also do power burners, which are for utility boilers and power plant boilers. Most load carrying burners, startup burners for CFBC boilers, or conversion of coal-fired burners or coal-fired plants to gas firing, or even now to hydrogen. I mean, the latest trend is the green hydrogen revolution that is coming globally in terms of reducing the carbon footprint and impact. So we are into that process also, making burners which are suitable for firing 100% hydrogen, which is the byproduct of CO2 destruction.
Right. So, because you have come back again at Boiler India Expo, do you think what Zeeco stands for, like you just talked about, being someone who is very concerned about the safety and the heat and steam industry, do you think that has somehow helped in raising an awareness about safety through expos like these, or just what Zeeco stands for?
I mean, it's raised an awareness of safety. Besides safety, we are developing products which are in tune with the times. I mean, fossil fuels are going to go away, and
Right,
we are
of
going to
course.
go to alternate fuels, and we are developing technologies that can burn alternate fuels and still do the same job that is needed. Process heat is a very important aspect of any process when it's a refinery, petrochemical, and that heat comes from burning a fuel. And so that fuel can be burned efficiently, safely, and we educate our customers to be able to give them products which can be friendly and environmentally safe.
Right. I see. How does Zeeco's combustion technology improve energy efficiency and reduce emissions in industrial applications?
All of Zeeco's products, whether it's burners, flares, thermal oxidizer, which has burners again, are based on innovative technology and are designed to basically ensure that the fuel that is used for burning mixes with the air. The process of combustion needs oxygen and the fuel.
Correct.
And oxygen in the fuel will generate the heat as well as CO2 and sometimes NOx. So our burner designs combine the technology and the capability to burn the fuel very efficiently so that you get maximum conversion with least amount of heat wastage. And also we have low NOx, low emissions, so that the burner can be environmentally friendly.
I see.
The low NOx is achieved by staging of fuel in the burners. There are multiple technologies and aspects that come into the design of the burner.
Right.
We have different models that will answer this question in terms of customer-specific requirements.
I see.
Somebody wants a very, very low NOx, ultra low NOx, then the burner design is different. There's staging of fuel and air, which allows the mixing to happen at a later stage in the combustion process, and then therefore NOx gets reduced.
I see. Right. And what innovations has Zeeco introduced in flare systems to minimize environmental impact?
Flares is another product which has been a lot of development work has taken place. There are multiple types of flares that are built: utility flares, steam-assisted flares, and then higher steam consumption is a deterrent in flares, but we want to make sure that we burn smokelessly and to a factor of Ringelmann 1 or Ringelmann 2, which for visible flame, it should be clear and without any unburnt carbon and unburnt gases.
Correct.
So we have a design and the technology and the innovative technology for how the steam is mixed with the flare tip to induct air and induce the air into the flame, so that, like I said before, air and fuel mixing is crucial for proper combustion.
Correct.
And that's how we do that.
So, how does Zeeco customize its combustion solution to meet the needs of industries like oil and gas?
All combustion systems are customized. We have to know the operating conditions of the plant. We have to know the type of fuel that is being used. We have to know the environment in which it is operating. And our engineers and our designers are very well experienced to select the right kind of technology for the right kind of solution. If you're firing oil, you have a different kind of a burner or a combusting equipment.
I see.
If you have gas, you have a different kind of an equipment. If you have gas which has to generate very low NOx, then you sometimes have to have additional steam injection or mixing the fuel and air in stages so that the combustion process reduces the formation of NOx. NOx is formed because of the high temperature of combustion. So when you burn fuel at a lower temperature, you need to have the heat transfer from the fuel to the body that you're heating.
Correct.
But you must keep the temperature down so that NOx doesn't get formed. So these are all technological advances. Zeeco has a huge testing facility in our Oklahoma plant. We have about 17 test furnaces, 5 flare test furnace rigs, boilers, and equipment where we do testing. So whenever a customer has a requirement of a particular application and he needs to ensure that the product that we give them will meet the solution that they are looking for, we test the burners or test the equipment on our test furnaces in the most harshest environments. And when you say harsh environments, it could be bad gas composition, so you need to have corrosion control. You have to buy materials which are suitable for the application. All these kind of factors come into the design.
Right.
to make sure it meets the requirements.
I see. And what do you think? What role does automation play in enhancing safety of Zeeco's combustion systems?
Combustion, as you probably have guessed by now, is a dangerous business. If you have a burning, you're burning something in a very controlled environment. If the controlled environment is not controlled, you could have a huge explosion. You
course.
could burn the place down. We have had many instances. I've seen projects where if the gas and air mixing is so poor that the gas is more and the air is less and it impacts the combustion, you could have a sudden gas-rich mixture which will explode.
Correct.
So we have to have methods, and for that we do have flame scanners, we have burner management systems which monitor the pressure of the fuels, pressure of the system as such, quantity of air being supplied, quantity of gas being supplied. If any of the parameters goes out of control, the safety feature of the system kicks in. We have a burner management system which, for example, would make sure that the safety is there and no untoward incident can happen. So the combustion systems all are designed to have, as per the international codes of NFPA and other applicable API codes that guide us into design of combustion equipment to ensure safety and performance.
Now, how does Zeeco address the challenges in maintaining performance in harsh operational environments?
Like I just mentioned, I mean, harsh environments means there is a corrosive atmosphere, or the gas quality is very poor, or the fuel is bad. Then we use proper material of construction of the composition of the burner parts. Sometimes we have to use Inconel or higher grade of alloy steels for making sure that the material does not get corroded and spoiled. Ultimately, we have to have a life of the equipment. It is not something that we are doing on a replaceable basis. These are capital equipment that have to have a certain life cycle. And we need to ensure that we study all the operating requirements in the plant while we design the equipment.
I see. Can you just elaborate something on Zeeco's commitment to sustainability in product design?
I think this is a topic that comes up all the time, and our innovative design and use of materials that provide sustainability is the key. We also are conscious of the environment and the environment responsibility that our products have to cope with. We cannot allow we study the life cycle of the equipment from the initial commissioning stage to the end of term life, and the materials used should be able to sustain that. The quality of combustion should be able to sustain the environmental requirements. We have to also follow government norms to meet the requirements so that sustainability is ensured at a long range. We are very conscious of what we do. We are very conscious of the role we have to play in educating our customers and providing a product which is truly environmentally safe and sustainable. And we take that very seriously in our company. Our testing, our R&D teams work hard to make sure all these factors are well ascertained before we put our product out into the market.
Right. It was really nice hearing those insights from you about the steam industry and how you and Zeeco have been working tirelessly towards maintaining sustainability and safety in the industry. We hope to see you back again for Boiler India 2025 in SEA. And if you are in any way related to Reactor World that is happening in Jan 2025, we hope to see you there again.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much for your time, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, and we look forward to being here again and
Yeah.
participating as we have done now.
Yes. Thank you.